Hello everybody. Thought I'd do another build a train video here. Um, some of the cars on this train you've seen already. I've done a separate couple videos on my Pioneer Limited, but I finally have the entire train done, so I thought I'd do a roll by, talk about each car, and then do some full run bys of the train on my one of my modules here. So this train is the Milwaukee Road southbound or eastbound timetable wise, train number 4, the Pioneer Limited. Specific dates of this train I've modeled is December 22nd and 23rd in 1959. I found a consist for this in one of my books, and it's a little unusual in that the length is of the train is much longer than it usually is because of the Christmas season. A lot more people were on the rails at that time and traveling. So the train's probably about twice as long as it usually is, which is kind of neat because it gives you an opportunity to model some more of the sleeping cars and the mail cars at the head end. So with that, I'm going to bring the train in front of you here, and we'll talk about each piece of the rolling stock and the motive power. So first up is going to be the motive power. So coming into the view is the motive power. We have the lead unit is number 39A. This is a Kato E9A. The paint job is stock, however I removed the lettering and added microscale decals on it. I've added spark arresters. I've added gold metal model windshield wipers. There's a Microtrain Z-Scale 905 coupler in the pilot. Between the motive power are Unimate couplers for closer coupling. And on the E9A and the E9B, I changed the wheel sets out to lower profile Kato wheels so that they run better on code 55 track. And all three units have Digitrack decoders in them. So 39A is the A unit. The B unit is number 33B. Again, same treatment as the A unit pretty much. I added spark arresters, weathered it, changed the lettering on it to microscale decals because the factory lettering didn't have the black outline around the red letters. So, yeah. Third unit is an FP7. This is from the new Kato Olympian Hiawatha set. I weathered it, added a spark arrestor. Spark arresters on the Milwaukee units were kind of interesting because they weren't very consistent from one locomotive to the next. They changed them around and stuff, and sometimes they had two, sometimes they had one. It was kind of a mismatch of, there was no consistency. So anyways, so again, this one has, I've swapped out the pilot coupler. It's got a Microtrains coupler in it, and it has gold metal models windshield wipers. First revenue car is a storage mail car. This car was on the train from La Crosse to Chicago. This is number 1324. This is a out of production Skytop models kit that I painted and added gold metal model detail parts to. Decals on all the cars are by Circus City Decals out of Baraboo, Wisconsin. This one has American Limited trucks and Kato low profile wheels. All the paints are Model Flex paints. This is another storage mail car that I kit bashed out of a Microtrains express car, a 60-foot express car. The trucks are different. The roof has been spliced from a sleeper. The prototype for this car was formerly a sleeper. And they plated over the windows. Notice that the doors don't have windows in them. Those are pieces of styrene. I cut the original doors out and added these. Paint decals and detail parts are all the same as all the previous cars. Another storage mail car. The previous storage mail car, by the way, went from, well, they grabbed it at St. Paul Union Depot and it went to Chicago. This storage mail car, number 2050, is also went from St. Paul to Chicago. This is a Railsmith car. I did nothing to it. It's stock. This is the Railway Post Office car for the train, in addition to Baggage Express. Car number 1714. Nope, excuse me, 1210. Got ahead of on my script. This was on the train. They picked it up again at St. Paul Union Depot, and it was on the train to Chicago. This is a resin, not resin, excuse me, a 3D printed kit that I got off eBay. And it's got Kato trucks on it, in addition to Kato wheel sets. The mail hook is from one of the original Kato smooth side 6-car sets. Another storage mail car. This was on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. This is car number 1714. This is pretty much, other than repainting and adding some grab irons, this is a stock Microtrain 60-foot express car. This is prototypical. All the cars that have Microtrains stock trucks on them have low-profile Fox Valley metal wheels on them. So most of the cars you've seen so far have been storage mail cars because, again, the Christmas rush. This is the Baggage Express car for the sleeper passengers. This is car number 1338. This was on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. The previous storage mail car was on from Minneapolis to Chicago also. This again is an out of production Skytops model resin shell. This one's a little different than the previous car in that it has a conductor's window at the front end of it. The next car is number 4448. This is the dormitory shorts coach car. So the crew dormitory was in here, and then in addition, any passengers that either got on the train or off the train en route, most of them were in this car, so that it didn't disturb all the rest of the passengers who were sleeping. So this is a Fox Valley car. Fox Valley Models car. The only thing I did was paint I made it a little newer because I painted the trucks silver rather than the factory gray color that they were. This is a 48-seat leg rest coach that was on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. Car number 527. This is from the Olympian Hiawatha set that just came out. However, it has been repainted and the number has been changed on it, and the correct red stripe above the letterboard has been added. This coach and the next coach are both 48-seat leg rest coaches on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. This is car number 520. The next one will be car 529. These are both stock cars from the Kato Olympian Hiawatha set. I've done nothing to these other than put a little weathering on the trucks. The final coach on the train is resin cast shell, again out of production from Skytop Models. This is a 52-seat leg rest coach, car number 493, again on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. This one has a full interior in it too, which was interesting to try to build. The next car on the train is the only food service on the train. This is Diner Lounge number 185. Car name is the Twin Grove. This was on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. Again, this was an overnight train, so some of the patrons in the sleeping cars didn't bother to use the food service, which is why it didn't have a full diner. But this and one other car were specifically refurbished for the Pioneer Limited. This is, let's see, this is brass car sides, and I added the weld seams above and below the windows. It's got American Limited details. It's got gold medal model details, American Limited trucks, and it's on an American Limited core kit. This car is a 10-6 sleeper. It's the only Bud car on the train, and you'll notice if you look carefully, it's a Union Pacific car. This is correct. This is the Pacific Ocean. This was on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. This is a stock Kato car, other than the fact I painted the truck silver. Milwaukee ended up buying some of these cars from Union Pacific. They were the only Bud sleepers that the Milwaukee owned, but this was still owned by Union Pacific in 1959. This is car number 32, the Zumbro River. This is an 864 duplex sleeper on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. This is a Railsmith car. It's a stock car. I've done nothing to it other than weather the trucks. The Milwaukee Road owned 2 batches of 864 duplex sleepers. This is the second batch of 2 cars. Notice where the duplex section is. It's on the end of the car. The majority of the River Series cars that Milwaukee had, the duplex section was in the middle. You'll see one of those cars in a little bit here on the train. But this is the correct name and number for this car with the duplex section on the end. This is another duplex sleeper, but the configuration's different. This is car number 29, the Wisconsin Dells. This is a 16.4 duplex sleeper on the train from Minneapolis to Chicago. Milwaukee Road owned 4 of these cars. They weren't in a series with the names. They were all different towns along the route. The Wisconsin Dells, the New Lisbon, the Rodney, and the Raymond. This is Union Station products, styrene sides mounted on a combination of a Union Station core kit with the ends are American Limited core kit. It's got gold medal model details on it and grab irons, and again, American Limited trucks with Kato low profile 36-inch wheels. All the core kit sleepers have body mounted Microtrains 1015 couplers. The next car is the other version of the River Series. This is a Gallatin River car number 22. This is an 864 duplex sleeper from Minneapolis to Chicago again, but you'll notice the duplex section is in the middle of the car. This was the more numerous version that the Milwaukee Road had, and they were bought before the other set. You'll notice on most of the sleepers that I built with car sides, this is a Union Stations products styrene car side, that I put window shades in some of the windows to make it look a little more random, I guess. So looks like there are people in it. Here's a second Union Pacific car in the train. This is Union Pacific car named Western Trail. It's a 12.4 sleeper. This was picked up at Union Depot in St. Paul and went all the way through to Chicago. This is a Railsmith car. Again, it's stock. All I did was weather the trucks. And again, it's correct for this train. This is car number 30, the Rodney. This is another 16.4 duplex sleeper from St. Paul to Chicago. Union Station sides, again, just like all the rest of them. It's a lot of sleepers, I know, but that's what's kind of what makes this train unique and why I wanted to model it. Car number 25, the Chippewa River, an 864 duplex sleeper from Minneapolis. This one was dumped off at Everett Street Station in Milwaukee. And then on the way back west, they'd pick it up in Milwaukee and take it to Minneapolis. Union Station sides. We finally come to the end of the 20-car train. This is a Lake Series 10.6 sleeper, car number 2, Lake Coeur d'Alene. This was picked up in La Crosse, and it originated in Austin, Minnesota. Picked it up in La Crosse and went all the way through to Chicago. This is a stock 10.6 sleeper from the Olympian Hiawatha set. You'll notice I put marker castings on the back, so we knew it was the end of the train. And then there is a gold medal, no, a Rapido scissors gate across the end of the car. So the trucks have been weathered. So that's the train, and I think next we'll just do a couple roll-bys here so you can see it in motion. Be back with you in a moment.